Good morning, YouTube Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be talking about some shipping problems that I had, just sharing my experience with you in case if you have had any inbound shipping problems and kind of what your options are on how to deal with those. So thank you for joining me today. Today is the 12th of February. I am doing a couple videos this morning because I have a quiet house. So thank you for joining me. Again, if you find anything helpful in my videos, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Let's get started. So inbound shipping issues do happen every once in a while. I honestly think this is the only one I've had this last year. 2021 was really good. My packers have been doing amazing at not messing up oh no, it was the second one. My other one was an overweight box. I believe it was 52 pounds. And when Amazon says, you know, they have shipping policies, you have to comply to those policies. If you don't, yeah, there's a chance they're not going to catch it, but most of the time they're going to catch it and they're going to send you a little nasty gram or something. But a good way to check is to always go to your shipping queue here and then check the inbound performance summary and see how your performance is. And if you notice any trends or whatnot, you need to adapt. Whatever you're doing wrong, you need to fix it. So to get to this page, you just go to inventory, go to FBA shipping, FBA shipments, and then this is the shipping queue, and then you can also click over to inbound performance summary. It will give you things, you know, information there summary wise if you're interested. Now, the three things that I have ever really had for shipping problems in my life as an Amazon FBA person, I do 95% Amazon FBA. I did $500,000 in sales last year, so we sell quite a few things. And I've been doing this for 7 years. And the only kind of three problems that I ever have is overweight box, oversized box, and it's missing a label. I don't really count items missing or found as necessarily a problem in our side, because a lot of times it's just them not finding the problem. Every once in a while we have forgotten to put something in, you know, you pack up a box and you forget something on the table or something. But for the most part, these are the three flagged things. Now, if you get an oversized box or an overweight box, they will send you usually pictures of what that box looks like and what the problem is. And it's a similar step to what we're going to walk through here. You have to acknowledge the problem and whatnot, and then don't ship in things. So if you are constantly giving overweight boxes, then that tells you that you need to like get a new scale or maybe aim for a little bit less than what your scale's at. My policy in here is to kind of like 45 is our max poundage. So that way, you know, we're kind of feeling around, and you can, after shipping so many boxes, you can kind of tell if a box is getting a little too heavy. Now, that's not to say that you cannot ship oversized or overweight products. You certainly can, but there's a different set of rules that you need to follow. And we're not going to go into that today. You can certainly Google them. It's you got to mark your box correctly, and the products inside have to follow rules and regulations. There definitely is oversized and overweight things that go to Amazon FBA, but for the regular, most of us sellers that are doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, most wholesale, you're sending in a bunch of small items. You need to comply with the 50-pound, 25-inch rule on your boxes. Now, this problem that I had in this scenario was Amazon, the way I flagged is because I checked this like on a weekly schedule, and I saw that I had a big old red view problems with this shipment, that it was closed and it was red, but it's also on my inbound performance summary. So just check those two things. I check often, at least weekly, my inbound performance summary, my feedback, and my compliance health dashboard, you know, where you would get IP complaints and stuff. So those are kind of the three things that I'm always staying on top with. And for the other ones, I also make sure I check my Canadian and my Mexico account, because if you get negative things on that, it's not going to show up on your American account. But that's for anybody that's in the NARF, N-A-R-F program. So back to this one. This problem was them saying that I did not put labels on 25 items. And I'm like, what? So here we go. We've got, what I did was I clicked on the shipment right here. I just clicked over here on the blue part. And it brings you up to this page, and you've got a couple levels here. And this screen has changed over the years. Again, we're in February of 2022, so, depending on when you watch this video, you may want to take that into consideration as you watch YouTube videos to learn and expand when they were put out, because things can look different. So you've got shipment events, track, shipment, contents, and problems. You used to be able to go in and adjust the contents, like if you left a bottle out on the counter or whatnot, you could go into the contents while it was in shipping and delete an item so that you wouldn't get flagged, but that's gone away. The other thing a lot of people have talked about is shipment manipulation. For the most part, you do not want to manipulate your shipments too much, because that will get flagged in Amazon. You'll get in trouble for that too. So we're going to go ahead and click on problems over here, and we've got necessary steps were taken by Amazon to remedy the situation and receive your inventory. Detailed information about the problem is provided below. Use this information to adopt the best practices. Blah, 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 blah. Amazon talk. It's usually, you need to read it, you need to follow it. It's right up there with reading patents and stuff in terms of entertainment. But we need to definitely get this red mark off of our status so that we acknowledge and move on, or whatever we're going to do. So we've got a product level problem, and when we go to the next, we scroll down, it will give us the problem outline. There we go. I can speak today, really. Amazon barcode is missing, and it gives you a little thing. This was a Pez candy that we were turning in. This is how I do my SKU, so you can tell I bought this product at Target. It was $4.99. And then this is a random number. This product was a big hit during Q4. I found it at many other stores, pretty much all the big box stores. I sold a ton of these merchant fulfilled, and right around December, I think it was 22nd. If I go up here, yeah, my shipment was, I don't have good naming things. This was Wednesdays. It was focused on toys, so my packers know what to pack. I tell them what batch we're working on. We're working on toys on Wednesday, and this was 12/22. So, kind of finishing up merchant fulfilled. That was my day. I was going to stop merchant fulfilling, and anything left in the house is going to the warehouses. And these were Pez candies. Sold a ton of them during Q4, and now I want to ship them all in. But Amazon is saying that I didn't have barcodes on 25 of them, which is really uncommon for my staff. So I sat the staff down. There's two gals that were working on this particular shipment. And I said, do you remember anything about it? Because let's be honest, yesterday was the 11th of February, and this was packed back in December 22nd, give or take a couple of days. Who remembers that far back? And they all went, well, geez, no, I don't, we put barcodes on everything. Don't think we missed it. And at that point, you've got to kind of, when you're looking at these cases, kind of say, well, what's the more likely scenario? Did they just forget that and they don't remember it? Or do we have a problem going on in-house? Or is Amazon full of it? And Amazon may be full of it, but there's no real way to tell because I'm not there. And that's going to come into our decision on what we're going to do about it. So, when you're going to click Resolve, right? And in the Resolve area, we've got three things. We've got a problem reported, resolve, or submit dispute. We're going to go through all three of those things. So under problem reported, they give you a whole bunch of, like, here's our rules and regulations. And again, I don't really want to read this to you because it's quite boring. But we've got acceptable problem rate, current problem rate. That's where you really want to make sure that all of a sudden you don't have a bunch of problems and get your account suspended because they don't like how you're sending things in. Like if all of a sudden your scale breaks and you send in, 15 boxes that are overweight, you're going to start flagging your account. So make sure you, just keep an eye on this stuff. So we've got barcode missing. You can click on these links to open up their policies and regulations and stuff, and you can click this acknowledge button. 9 times out of 10, when it's a weight or size issue, I just click acknowledge, which I think I've had 4 maybe total in my lifetime of selling on Amazon that it's been, oops, I didn't weigh that right. And I just hit acknowledge and take the slap on the wrist and move on. Oops. There we go. Okay, this is the second page to that if you're interested. And I share these pages with you because if you're going through this scenario, you want to make sure that, you know, you're looking at the right thing in this. Oops, there we go. And my problem, what I'm going through, is kind of what you need to be looking at. So this is the second half. Nothing really interesting here. I do suggest going through all of Amazon's videos on how they want you to label things, package things, ship things in, because there's a lot of good information there, and you always want to get your information from the horse's mouth, from Amazon directly. You know, my YouTube videos and others will definitely help you out, but at the end of the day, you need to be doing what Amazon says. I don't care if Sam with How to Make a Million on YouTube or How to Make a Million with Amazon on YouTube tells you that drop shipping is great and you could do XYZ. No. Go ahead and read their rules first. Please, please, please. I can't tell you how many threads I've seen where people have gone down the path of darkness and wound up with a suspended account, and now they're out of the game for good. But honestly, you know, sometimes it's better for the rest of us. So if we click the resolve button, you've got this, please review and answer the following questions. So this is new. This is definitely new. This is related questions to FBA inbound shipping, and these are the correct answers. If you want to copy, but you should know these. I was able to answer these really without looking up anything, and this is the path that I took. So I took resolve, and the correct format for product listings is XOO. The products that are eligible for virtual tracking for commingled is manufacturer barcode or FSNKU, starting with the B00, which is their ASIN, and polybags need a suffocation warning if they're more than 5 inches opening. And those are all rules that you should know by now. Like, if I was going through all my YouTube comments today earlier, and it's there's some of you out there that are just starting with Amazon, and that's great. My videos are here to help you. But please, please, please watch and learn a lot of things before you start diving into more complicated things so that you don't get hung up on one of these. You got to get the base rules down. The next thing we're going to click on is submit dispute. So this is what it looks like if you want to submit dispute. To better assist you, which describes the problem, or describes why you're disputing the problem. Oh my goodness. I'm requesting more information to help me understand. So that's completely understandable if the situation warranted, which it does not in my case. I believe I shipped my products in accordance to the requirements. So if you want to call BS on Amazon, you can click that one. I can tell you right now, the chances of calling BS on Amazon and actually winning at the end of the day is really slim to none. Amazon is like God. They're always right. And I hate to tell you this, or your mother, however you want to look at it. Your mom's always right, God's always right, Amazon's always right. Those are just some truths that you're going to have to swallow that hard pill and have an alternative plan of suck it up, take the slap, and then go have a beer and scream into the forest, because you're just not going to win those battles. And then I'm concerned that I might be charged a fee for this problem. Yeah, you're going to be charged a fee. They charge, I think, 20 cents for each item they have to label. So this little fiasco is going to cost me a couple dollars. All in all, paying 20 cents for them to fix my problem is not the end of the day. And you don't want to get hung up on these little things and let them be little thorns under your skin, because really you're going to have 99 problems, and this is one that you just need to kind of go through quickly and move on with your day. And then other reason, which I don't know what the heck I could provide on this one. So none of those really applied to me and my problem. I talked to the staff. They don't think they forgot to label it, but really it's their memory of something they did 2 months ago. And what's the most likely outcome? Is it more likely that they forgot to just label that chunk of products and they packed up and went because we were kicking butt and we were tired from Q4? Or is it more likely that Amazon's doing some BS? Probably more likely that they forgot. And other than talking about it, I don't do any other, like, there's no way I'm going to do any disciplinary action with my staff on something like this, because really it's an honest mistake. They aren't trying to sabotage my business. And it was after we worked hard for Q4. So there's no way. This is one minor issue. And we did $80,000 in sales in December. And they forgot to label one chunk. Really? That's really amazing in my opinion. So went ahead and hit the resolve, clicked my things. I got correct. If you don't know these or you got different questions or whatnot, please look them up before you answer, because I don't know what would happen if I had incorrect answers and I don't really want to know. So make sure you're answering the correct answers. And then it's going to say, I have read and understood the inbound shipping requirements. I do go through these every once in a while and just refresh my memory, make sure they change these things too. I have read policies and then gone back like a year later and read them again and went, oh, and now it's changed. Just like the one that I noted was the expiration date printed on a package used to say that it had to be printed in 26-point font, and they have now taken that 26-point font line out of their policy. So weird little things that clog my brain up and allow me to have lots of anxiety and know weird stuff is... Thank you, Amazon. All right, so then you're going to hit submit, and boom, you're done. You've acknowledged it. As long as your shipping stuff does not get like out of control and stuff, you're fine. Move on with your day. This was one that I wasn't even sure was really worthy of a video, but hey, you know what? You might be going through it, so if it helped you out at all, please click that like button down below. It helps me out a lot and makes my videos worth it to take the time out of this, because instead of spending maybe 45 seconds dealing with this, I clipped and put a video together for you guys to learn. Take care. Have a